Hi everyone, it's Mick, and this is my cat, Tom. And Tom does not like to be picked up. He doesn't like to be picked up, do you? Tom, hey, geez, we've been together for a long time, haven't we? Now, this fella here is about 18, 19 years old. I've had him for 17 years, and he was about 2 when I got him, 2 or 3. I've had him about 16 or 17 years, and he's been my best mate. And he's a long-haired cat, which means he's very clever, and he's big. He really is a big cat, but he's lost a lot of weight because he's got heart failure. I have to give him 4 tablets every day, every 8 hours. I have to get up at 2 in the morning to give him a tablet. Then after he's had the tablet, I feed him as a reward, don't I? Eh? But I'll have to put him down because he doesn't like being picked up. But he's not too bad today, are you? Eh? I'll put him down. Oh God, he's heavy. Anyway, to cut a long story short, I thought I'd tell you today that what's going on with my cancer, you know. I don't want to depress you or nothing, you know, but last Monday I went for a CT scan, and on last Tuesday, I had an MRI and blood tests. I got the blood tests on Monday, and I've got to go and see a surgeon on the 8th of March, which is Monday, the Monday coming. I'm not looking forward to that. I mean, he's going to go through look at these results and tell me if the tumour has shrunk, because I had 5 weeks of radiotherapy. I had to go down every single day for 5 weeks, 5 days a week, and I'd have radiotherapy, which would take 10 or 15, about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, to try to blast this tumour with the radiation to shrink it. And things have got better since the radiation therapy. They wouldn't give me chemotherapy because I've had a heart attack in the past. But, you know, that's the situation concerning my cancer. I'm still, an activist. I'm still a truth seeker. Today I'll be taking my small camera into town with me, and I'll be vlogging in town, because we're not allowed to go anywhere with this, coronavirus. I think we've got to keep in a 7-mile radius. It's really bad. This has gone on for a year now. At the end of March, it'll be a year, and people are just sick to death of this lockdown. Haven't been to Wales for a year. Haven't been anywhere. Just stuck in your own city like a prisoner in your own city, and then within a 7-mile radius within your own city. And Liverpool and Merseyside are big places. So this is the situation that we're in. But I'll go into town. I'll do a video today, but I just thought I'd give you an update on my medical condition. And as you know, we can't say certain things now on YouTube, or they'll take the film off, and that acts as a strike. And if you get 3 strikes, they take your YouTube channel down. And you've got to, YouTube is such a good video hosting channel that you don't really want to be taken down. You want to keep some presence on there, even if you can't say anything that's controversial, that YouTube views being controversial. Controversial free speech now has gone when it comes to the big tech companies like YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. And it's not, is it their fault or isn't it? Because they're getting pressure put on them by the governments in Europe and the government in this country, which is a conservative government in the UK. But a couple of years ago, you did have these people like I can't think of her name now, an MP. She used to sit on these sort of committees, and they used to grill senior YouTube staff in this country, senior Google staff, sorry, and others from the social media, and you know, give veiled threats to them that if they didn't do what the government wanted, what the MPs wanted, they could bring out legislation which would adversely affect their companies. And Google, as you know, and YouTube, their main office for Europe is in Dublin. Of course, Dublin isn't part of the United Kingdom. Dublin is a country on its own. You know, it's Southern Ireland. It's a republic, you see. You know, Dublin is, but well, it's in a republic, the south of Ireland. So, you know, these video hosting sites and these social sites like Facebook and that, they're really being forced to do what they're doing. So it's easy to criticise them and say, well, you know, the billionaires that own them, and the billionaires are all in with these ones, and they're with pharmaceuticals, you know, and all this sort of thing. But we all know that. So to keep a presence on YouTube, I can't talk about controversial issues. You know, you used to be able to, but since the government's put the pressure on them to stop truth seekers from doing this, especially the Labour Party, they were very prominent on these Home Affairs committees. They weren't even in power yet. They were the ones who were putting all the pressure onto these companies, you know, Google and YouTube and Facebook. You know, there were Tories sat at these Home Affairs committees, but one of the most prominent figures, Yvonne Cooper, was it Yvonne Cooper? You know, I think that was her name. You know, her first name, I might have got her first name wrong. But this Cooper lady, she was on the shadow cabinet of the Labour Party. The shadow cabinet means that they still have a cabinet, but they're not in power. But they still get the same wages, you know, as a minister, which is unbelievable, really. But this Yvonne Cooper, I think it was Yvonne Cooper. She sat on, she chaired the Home Affairs committees, which were forcing these social networks to do what the politicians wanted to do. So at the end of the day, all the censorship is the government's fault. It's the government. All the hate speech was brought out by the government, and all this sort of censoring was brought out by the government. And that's the way it is, and we can't say certain things. But there are other sites now which you can go to, which I've got a presence on. You know, we've got BitChute, we've got Gab, and we've got brand YouTube. But these sites are nowhere as near as good as YouTube. So it's very important to me that I keep a presence on YouTube, so I have to adhere to their rules, you know, which I don't agree with, you know. I mean, I'm a guy who believes in democracy, and I believe in freedom of speech, you know. And once people are prevented from taking an oppositional view of things, which the government promotes, then are we in a democracy? Or are we living in an autocracy? Is that the right word? An autocracy. You know, it's certainly not a democracy when your freedom of speech is taken away. It's unbelievable, you know. But anyway, I'm going to go into town today, and I'm going to do vlogging, you know, for YouTube today. Anything that's controversial, I'll put it onto BitChute, you know. But even BitChute now are censoring to some degree, because I had a video removed on BitChute. So this sort of censorship now is going right across the board, you know. But what else can you do? But anyway, guys, have a great day, and I hope I haven't depressed you with my cancer synopsis. Cheers.